What's going on, everybody? We're back and gonna finish up this next section of lesson one, making decisions when it comes to personal, but obviously in this case, financial decisions. Yesterday, in the last video, we identified a problem that we were trying to decide on. I gave you guys the example of a part-time job, gathering information, listing alternatives, considering the consequences of each alternative, and then making your decision and selecting the best course of action. Once you make that decision, you're going to evaluate the results. Sometimes you're pleased with the results. Sometimes you look at the decision you made and realize that that probably wasn't the best decision, but that's all part of the learning process. And why this is important is hopefully we can learn to break down each decision and give ourselves, the most information we have, following the steps, and then hopefully making the better decisions more times than not. So, so that was the last, last video or last section. So we're going to keep going through this Word document, student handout. And I'm just going to kind of go through what you guys are going to do for the rest of this document. Really not a whole lot of specific instruction. Again, as you finish and go through this next part, you can refer back to the PowerPoint that discuss some of the factors that maybe influence your decision making. What strategies you've used in the past, so on and so forth. So make sure that you refer back to that, and it is there in Canvas. All right, so for this next page, it says, what decision-making strategies have you used? So you're going to identify, and this would be something that we would, have done with different scenarios in the classroom. But in this case, since we're not together, I just want you to go off of what you used in the section above. Okay, so what problem did you identify, and then answer these questions based off of the information above. Okay, so what strategies did you use, or maybe have you used? Think about, if you want to think about just decisions in general, maybe come up with a few decisions that you've had to make, and what strategies you used that actually worked, and when you evaluated your result, you made a wise decision. Okay, and then what factors, number 2, do you think might have influenced your choice of strategy? So again, going back to that PowerPoint, what were some of the factors that had you decide on the strategies that you used? It could be, again, your age. It could be, your feeling. It could be the risk and the consequences. Okay, so you're going to identify some of the factors that you think may have influenced your choice of the strategy or strategies that you identified in number 1. Okay, and again, for number 1, explain. Don't just say I use this strategy. Okay, I use the spontaneity strategy because in this way, and then you're going to explain it. Okay, maybe you bought something on impulse, and that was your strategy. Okay, maybe it was something, you know, you use the strategy of procrastination, for example. So what, you know, explain how that played out, and then what factors do you think influence your choice of spontaneity or you know, procrastination, or whichever strategy that you identified in number one. Okay, so that's this page. All right, for activity 1.3 on this page, what you're going to do is you're going to do some research online. You're going to find the recent trends for these different economic factors. So the first one is interest rates. You're going to look online, search and find the recent trends in the economy of what interest rates are doing. Okay, and then you're going to identify some of the possible influences on personal and financial decisions. So up here in the instructions, let's say you found that the recent trend is that that interest rates are higher right now. Okay, so the influences would be one, it would make borrowing money more expensive. Okay, but a positive would be that higher interest rates make saving money more attractive. So if you have a higher interest rate, that means you're going to pay back more on the loan or on the money that you are borrowing. Okay, but if you invest that or you save that money, those high interest rates are going to earn you more money. Okay, so so those would be a couple possible influences on interest rates. Okay, so you're going to find that for interest rates. You're going to find that for consumer prices. And then go back to the PowerPoint, and you're going to identify two other economic factors that were identified and talked about in the PowerPoint. Okay, so it could be higher money supply, it could be unemployment rates, stock prices. All right, so you get to choose two other economic factors, and then again find out the trends and then the possible influences on personal and financial decisions. All right, 1.4. This looks very similar to 1.2 that you guys did on your own. But here's what I want you guys to do for this one. Okay, for 1.4, I want you guys to interview somebody else. Could be a parent, could be a brother, older brother or sister. Obviously, somebody who, you know, is making some, you know, significant decisions, not your, you know, 2-year-old brother, and asking him, does he want, you know, Cheerios or Fruit Loops? Okay, although that is an important decision. So I would obviously, your parents or grandparents or aunts, uncles, they you know, probably have made some pretty big decisions. Okay, you know, so you're going to interview somebody else. Okay, you know, for an adult, it could be, you know, purchasing a home, putting money away, retirement, changing careers, you know, for buying a car. Okay, so you're going to sit down with them, identify the problem that they had to make a decision on. What information did they gather, and what were some of the possible alternatives? What were some things to consider for each alternative? And then obviously they made a decision, or maybe this would be a good time to help them walk through a decision that they're having to make now. So what would be the best course of action? Okay, or if it's already happened, what did they choose to do? And then have them evaluate the result. Okay, did they make a wise decision? Did they, maybe make a decision that they, looking back now, wish they would have, gone a different direction? Okay, so that is student activity 1-4. All right, and then the last page of this document is going to be the lesson 1 quiz. Okay, so you could see here that you have 5 true false and then 5 multiple choice, and then you have a case application at the bottom. All right, you may have to add a new document or a new page when you get to the bottom part, but you're going to discuss the personal and economic factors they might have considered and what risks were associated with the decision. So you can see the case application right there. For the multiple choice, it doesn't allow you to, for some reason, type in there. So for the multiple choice, you can highlight and then use the highlighter. Okay, that would work there. For true, false, either come here at the end, false or true, or you can type in the letter at the beginning. Okay, so either way works for that. All right, so you're going to take this quiz, and once this handout is completed, then you're going to submit this into Canvas. So make sure that you save it. File, save as. Okay, save it to your computer, and then you're going to go into Canvas, and I will have a assignment there under Tuesday. I haven't put this in yet for Tuesday. I will after I get done with this video, but I'll have an assignment link there, and you're just going to upload it like we do in class. Okay, so once you do that, you are good to go. Again, this is going to take a couple days, which is why I'm giving you that time to work on it, and broke it up into a couple different sections. All right. If you have questions, please email me. Let me know, if you have any questions. I do have quote unquote office hours, which will be from 12 to 3. So if you have issues, I for sure will be at my computer during that time. And if you email me, hopefully I should be able to respond right back to you. If we need to, we can use Zoom, or we do have collaborations here in Canvas that we can use to talk. All right, so we have some options there. I think that is it for today and for this video. Again, hope you guys are doing good. Miss seeing you guys. This obviously isn't ideal. Looking forward to getting back and being with you guys, but let's make the best of this. And again, just like we're learning here, let's make some wise decisions in your schoolwork. Make sure that you guys are staying on task and completing everything. I will talk to you guys real soon. See ya.